gland of some kind, right? Lots of ducts, lots of acinar cells there. Trying to see, I still don't really see any true examples here of stratified cuboidal, because even over here where everything's all jumbled up, some of them are up on top, but you can see some of them are more deeply buried, so that still looks like a single layer. Here it looks double, but when you go over here it's definitely just a single. So yeah. I've seen in text where they cheat, you know, and they'll say, oh, because you've got what looks like 2 rows here, they'll say, oh, that's stratified cuboidal. But when you look at it, you see some of those, like that extra, you know, the extra of the pairs of the cells, those are fuzzy. So that means they're not really 2 layers, it's just one below the other that's part of the deeper. So don't let that fool you. What are those? And what do they do? Okay. All those little purple things. Lymphocytes. Oh, we've been there, done that. And so all these little purple things, lymphocytes, here they are in action. And this tissue is non-ciliated simple columnar, so you are most likely in somewhere in the digestive tract. And these are protecting what? Against what? Bacteria getting through, yeah, so lots of them there. Oh, this strange looking thing. What is this layer right in here? The little gap between, what is that? Lucidum, stratum lucidum. And that thing, Meissner's corpuscle. What kind of tissue? Not dense regular, not with those squiggly lines. Elastic connective tissue. Where would you likely find it that dense? Densely packed. Wall of the aorta, yeah. What organ? Okay, what is this? A vacation spot. Okay. And these are the exocrine acinar cells out here. Okay, same old, but there's different stains, you know, so look for the structure. Remember that? If you're in the islet of Langerhans, there's no space around the cluster in the middle, because it's not filtering anything. You don't have to have a place for filtering. Oh, another version of what? Yeah, the same old. That one's a little more realistic than that other one. Those funny looking flagstone nuclei. I don't know what happened to those. They look like they got dried out. You know, and I've seen that same picture in so many textbooks. Not this one, but that other one, you know, where the nuclei look like flagstones or something. They don't look rounded like a nucleus. And they use that all the time in textbooks, and I think, but it doesn't even look, you know, looks like they got all dried up when they made the slide. Okay, what's this thing? Looks like a sliced onion. Taxinian corpuscle. What's it for? Yeah, deeper pressure, more pressure. And another eccrine sweat gland, right. What tissue? Everybody agree? You remember what was going on here? We have this cartilage, and this is spongy bone. So this is what's happening here.
It's becoming spongy bone.
Bone growth. This is where bones, it's changing from cartilage into bone. We'll get into the details of that next week, but anyway. Anybody remember the funny name for these things?
Peyer's patch.
Peyer's patches, yeah. And they're full of leukocytes, especially lymphocytes. Remember, these are the little staging areas for the all those lymphocytes we saw there under the columnar epithelium. This is the wall of the intestine. So you have Peyer's patches, especially in a certain part of the small intestine, but we don't have to worry about that right now. Anyway, that's full of leukocytes, especially lymphocytes, protecting against bacteria. What? A bunch of erythrocytes and a bunch of fibers, so blood clotting. These are platelets here. And these are the erythrocytes that have that indentation in them. What is this whole structure? A lymph node. Yes, and so you can see the little nodules where the white cells are basically hanging out, the barracks. And then this is the filtering area. Remember, we don't call it red pulp, white pulp in the lymph node, but you do in spleen. The spleen looks much like this, only it's just much bigger. But the same format is there. And then we would call this area the red pulp, and then that would be the white pulp, which is their spleen. Okay. That's it. So, tomorrow the test will be like that, only I won't be asking you verbally, you'll be writing the answers down. Okay, everybody understand how it's going to go?